In 1974, my dad went out and got an answering machine. And let me tell you, Dad was a pioneer because in 1974, no one we knew had an answering machine. And it's a big machine. It has these two giant reels with tape, and Dad sets it up on our kitchen counter. My mom, not impressed. It takes up way too much counter space. But my older brother, Rich, and I, we are fascinated by this new technology. We hang around the kitchen to watch Dad set up the new device. And Dad is a stickler for details. Dad follows the instruction manual exactly. And as part of the setup process, Dad has to leave an outgoing message. But remember, this is 74. Almost no one has ever left a phone message before. And because of its newness, the answering machine instruction manual, it recommends leaving very explicit instructions on how people should engage with this novel piece of technology. The instruction manual includes a script, and Dad rehearses the script at the kitchen counter 3 times. Mom tells him to please stop being so dramatic, but that's not in Dad's nature. He's got this big, booming baritone, and Dad, he's going to give it his all. So after rehearsal, Dad is ready to perform. My brother, mother, and I, we crowd around the counter, and Dad tells us, shh, be quiet. This is serious. And Dad presses the record button, and Dad just doesn't speak. He emotes with passion. This is an electronic answering device. What follows is a revolution in leaving phone messages. And I don't remember the rest of the message because Dad goes on dramatically like that for an entire minute. Dad relates with meticulous precision exactly how to leave a phone message. And then, just in case you were not paying attention, Dad repeats the instructions because it's all in the script. And for a few months, people were impressed. They'd leave tentative little messages like, this is Ed. Am I doing this right? Okay, if I am, call back. And then we'd call them back and they wanted to know what they sounded like. And we'd lie to them. We'd tell them they sounded great, like movie stars. And they'd be so flattered that in about a year or so, just about everyone we knew had an answering machine. So in 76, when people heard our outgoing message that started, "This is an electronic answering machine," we'd get a lot of messages that were nothing but laughter and then hang-ups. So yeah, people started calling just to hear Dad's message, and they'd either laugh or hang up. And I thought this was funny, but my brother Rich, he was getting teased at school about it. So he begs my dad, please, please change the message. And brother Rich gives Dad some stage direction, like, listen, Dad, don't say electronic, say electronic. And don't be dramatic. Skip the script. Be yourself. Use your own words. But Dad would not have any of it. He did everything exactly by the book. He was not going to pay attention to a teenager. So for the next 10 years or so, if you called my parents and they weren't home, you would hear, "This is an electronic answering device." Yeah, 10 years of that until the tape broke. And that's when Mom goes out and buys a small, cheap cassette answering machine, one that doesn't take up much of her counter space. And in one take, she says in her natural, warm Canadian accent, "We're not in. Please leave your message at the tone. Thank you." Which, is perfectly acceptable and all. But I tell you, when I'm feeling nostalgic, I kind of want to change my outgoing voicemail message to something just a little more dramatic.